Hello everyone, today we are talking about the Sorcerer. We have lots of new things to talk about. We've got a new table, we've got some very big improvements for subclasses. Let's dive in.
The Sorcerer has had a number of exciting transformations. This is the class for the person who was either born with the magic or an event happened and transformed them. This is the closest in some ways we get in D&D to having a class that's almost like a superhero, a person who just has innate powers. We wanted to enhance that theme in a variety of ways, and you can see that right away at first level in the class with a brand new feature called Innate Sorcery. Innate Sorcery allows this sorcerer to spend a bonus action, basically burst with their innate magic, and while this phenomenon goes on, the spell save DC of their sorcerer spells increases by 1, and they have advantage on any attack roll they make as a part of a sorcerer spell. When designing it, we thought of it essentially as the sorcerer's rage. It has a very different role in the class from rage, but it is a similar kind of thing of just suddenly, like, rah!
You're powering up.
I'm powering up. And we wanted to give people this feature right away because this feature shows, especially when you put the new warlock next to the new sorcerer, next to the new wizard, it's very clear looking at even just their first level how distinct each of the 3 arcane spellcasters are from each other. Now, the spellcasting feature of the sorcerer has also been improved. As we've done in our other dedicated spellcasters who have cantrips, we've made it so that you can change one of your cantrips whenever you level up. Again, cantrips used to be like a perma-choice. You chose it, and that was that for the rest of your career. When you get to second level, you get Font of Magic and Meta Magic at that same level now. For those of you who are not familiar with the Sorcerer, Font of Magic is the feature that gives you your sorcery points. These are points that you use to unlock various magical effects, and that can include turning some of those points into spell slots. It can include taking spell slots and turning them into sorcery points. But one of the main ways that you use your sorcery points is on meta magic. And meta magic is a signature feature for sorcerers, just as Eldritch Invocations are a signature for warlocks. Meta magic options allow the sorcerer to modify spells as the sorcerer casts them. And we have revisited every one of the meta magic options, fine-tuned them, shared a lot of that retuning with folks through Unearthed Arcana, got feedback, and now we have the final slate here for sorcerers to use, along with a couple of new options that appeared originally in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And so that all means that now sorcerers have an even better meta magic kit than they did before, that they can also combine with their innate sorcery burst, which gets better than at higher levels. At 5th level, you get Sorceress Restoration, which now lets you get sorcery points back a bit easier than you could before. Then at level 7, you have a new feature called Sorcery Incarnate, which allows you to spend sorcery points to get uses of innate sorcery back. So if you've run out of your power-up ability, well, now you can use sorcery points to get it back. We've also now made it so that starting at level 7, while your innate sorcery is active, you can now use 2 of your meta magic options on each spell instead of the normal 1, because typically when a sorcerer casts a spell, they can only use 1 meta magic option at a time on that spell. Although there are a few exceptions. There's some specific meta magic options that can piggyback on other meta magic options. But again, at level 7 now, all sorcerers gain the ability that while they're powered up with their innate sorcery, to double up on meta magic options. Then at level 20, they get what is probably my favorite new name for a feature in the new player's handbook. They get Arcane Apotheosis. And simply because apotheosis is such a delicious word to say.
Yeah.
And what this now lets you do is when your innate sorcery feature is active, on each of your turns, you can use a meta magic option without spending sorcery points at all. And so what this means is, in addition to its base improvements for you, innate sorcery over time will just turn you as a sorcerer into a meta magic machine because you will just start being able to modify your spells in more ways and doing it for free, which then also has the carry-on effect of allowing you to stretch out your sorcery points more. So in addition to us giving you more ways to get your sorcery points back, we've also made it so that by the time you reach level 20, you're essentially getting sorceress coupons all over the place so that you're able to do more and more things without spending as many points as you would have had to in the past.
Perfect.
So all of this together means that the sorcerer class itself, which already was all about sort of customization on the fly, given how sorcerers use meta magic, you now have that in spades. Also, just as an aside, a sort of meta commentary, if people want to think about how the sorcerer and the warlock in particular relate to each other, or rather contrast with each other, we think in many ways of the warlock as the arcane spellcaster, where you have a ton of customization choices at character creation and as you level up. I mean, it is supremely customizable. The sorcerer, in contrast, is about customization in the moment.
Right.
So while it does not have the same amount of build versatility as the warlock, it has a tremendous amount of tactical versatility. And then their companion in the arcane triad, the wizard, is all about just being the most versatile with the most number of spells.
Yeah.
And so the three of them together then fill really distinct niches together as the arcane trio.
When you pre-order the digital physical bundle, you also get an exclusive digital gold dragon mini for our 3D virtual tabletop, the Dragons of D&D digital art book, 15 dice sets, 34 frames, and 15 backdrops. And if you pre-order the digital 2024 Player's Handbook on D&D Beyond, you get exclusive bonuses, 12 sets of digital dice representing each class, 10 new frames, and 5 new backdrops. And all of those Player's Handbook bonuses are available right now on D&D Beyond. You can find the links to all of that in this video description.
Thank you so much for watching. We have a ton of video content coming out about the new Player's Handbook and all the new Core Rulebooks, the new Monster Manual, the new Dungeon Master's Guide. So be sure to check out all of that content. And thank you for watching.